I was really mediocre at my first sales job. I was at Marriott in Colorado, and I was out of 100 people, maybe 86th. Then I remember one day I got a deal and I'm writing the contract. And my mentor, it's late at night, comes to me and says, Shari, when you're done with that contract, I need to see you in my office. He closes the door, looks me in the eye, and he says, Shari, I've been watching you. You keep it up. You keep training. You keep learning more. He says, you have the ability to become number one in the industry. In fact, you have a rare talent. So what did I do? The next day, I got to the office an hour earlier and I started studying and learning. And back then, this was a long time ago, listening to audio tapes, reading sales books, DVDs, you name it, because I had all this rare talent that I needed to nurture. So I decided that year I wasn't going to just be number one at my site. I was going to be number one in all of Marriott. I was going to be number one in the company. And everybody said, no way. You can't do that. Sure enough, I worked harder than I'd ever worked. I got great coaching by my mentor after every deal, whether they closed or they didn't close. And by the end of the year, I broke every record in Marriott. Well, I did so well that I got a promotion. Yep, they made me a manager. And I moved out to Park City, Utah. And I very quickly found that this rare talent of mine did not extend to managing. Half my team hated my guts. So 3 months later, I'm thinking, I can't do this anymore. I got to go into his office and resign, go back into sales. So I go down into his office and I say, Steve, I'm done. I can't be a manager. I'm terrible at it. He looks at me and he said, what took you so long? I said, what do you mean? He says, well, when you were in sales, you used to ask for coaching every day. What, now that you're a manager, you think you're supposed to know it all? He said, Shari, I have a feeling you're going to have hundreds, if not thousands of people work for you throughout your life. He said, when you find a salesperson, even if they're not that good, but they look like they want to learn, what I want you to do is bring them down into your office, close the door, and tell them that they have a rare talent. Are you kidding me? I was furious. I said, are you trying to tell me all these years you've been telling me I have a rare talent and you didn't even mean it? For the first time in my life, somebody believed in me more than I even believed in myself. And that made all of the difference. You see, my mentor had this rare ability to find the rare talent in everybody. And so what happened is they performed to a superhuman level. And that's probably the most valuable lesson I've ever learned as a leader.